Hey everyone, and welcome to the Tesla Fire Challenge YouTube channel. This is day 52 of 1000. So hey, and welcome to the Tesla Fire Challenge YouTube channel. If you're new, welcome. I hope you stick around. If you've been here before, welcome back. It's really good to have you. For all my new viewers, this channel is all about investing money and being all in on Tesla no matter what. So join me on my journey to make $1 million in 1000 days. That's right, join me on my journey to make $1 million in 1000 days. So in today's video, I'm going to be going through the following. I'm going to share my day 52 portfolio with you. I'm also going to be looking at the Nasdaq and the Tesla charts to see where the price may be headed to. I'm also going to discuss the effects of inflation and why I'm not concerned about the macro events as a long-term investor. So let's get into it. So day 52, 12th of February 2022, I've got two portfolios, Portfolio A, Portfolio B. In Portfolio A, just over 120 shares. In Portfolio B, just under 91 shares. So that's day 52, 12th of February 2022. So the total number of shares that I hold is just over 211 shares. In total, I want to build my position to 300 shares. I'm 70% of the way there. I've got another 30% to go. So I'm going to do this slowly and diligently. I built this position over like 19 months now, so I've been buying regularly, I've been buying the dip, so I've managed to reach that 70% level, and now I'm going to try and keep my cost basis as low as possible to get the remaining 90 odd shares. So that's the total shares that I have in Tesla. So it's day 52 of 1000. So what's been happening to Tesla? So Tesla closed yesterday around $860. So if I multiply the number of shares that I hold, which is just over 211 by the current value, I have a portfolio value of $181,506.09. So that's a daily movement downwards of $9,407. So again, the volatility is increasing. Tesla took a massive dip, and this is a brilliant opportunity for long-term investors like myself. I just wish I had more money at the moment so I could invest it into Tesla stock, but I'm trying to get some of my cash flow going again. I'm trying to get some rent money coming in shortly. So when I do have enough surplus cash, I'll be surely putting some money into Tesla stock because it's at a fantastic price now. So it's day 52 of 1000. So let's get into the technical analysis side of things now. So here is the Nasdaq 1-year chart. So if we have a look at this, we've got the chart in candlesticks. I put on more support lines and resistance lines because the price is moving very fast at the moment. So if we zoom in, we will be able to see that the dip yesterday in the Nasdaq took it right to the next support level, which was at 13,728. So, it hit that level and then it went back up to 13,791. So again, it's hit this support level. And, if there's continued weakness in the market, if there's continued bad news in the market, the next support level is at 13,000. So, you have to brace yourself. You have to be aware of the support and resistance lines. And then, you can be mentally prepared for your portfolio to go down. There's no point selling now. You have to keep it. If you're a long-term investor like myself, my portfolio, it's been going up and down. At its peak, it was 190. It was about $250,000, and now it's gone down to about 180. So there's been wild fluctuations. So yeah, so you have to be mentally prepared for these swings, and if you envisage where the price may be moving to in the future, you can mentally prepare yourself, and then it's less hassle for you. So now let's have a look at the Tesla 1-year chart. So I've got the Tesla 1-year chart in front of me. So as you can see, the price movements are in candlesticks. The chart, the price is trending downwards now. I did have an ascending triangle marked up, but that didn't play out because there was weakness in the market. There was fear of inflation, and the CPI report spooked the market. So if we zoom into it, we can see that the price fell all the way to 850, and there's a support line there at 850, and then from there it bounced back to 860. So what I suspect will happen, if there's continued weakness in the market, then the next support line is going to be the MA200. Again, this is a golden opportunity for long-term investors to put their money in before, when it was really high, when it was at the all-time highs. Everybody was thinking it's too expensive at the moment. Now it's down at the MA200 level. It's a golden opportunity for long-term investors to get in if they want to, and it's a golden opportunity for existing long-term investors to try to lower their cost basis or keep their cost basis low. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to buy as much as possible at these levels. I'm waiting for money to come in, and when it does come in, I'm going to try and buy as much as possible. So if the MA200 is broken, then the next level is $775, which is another support, and after that is 750, which is the T5 lower trend line, and if that is broken, then it's going to go all the way down to 700. So be prepared, be mentally prepared. If your portfolio goes down to 700, where the price is 700, be prepared, know what you're going to do, know if you're going to buy more. Put yourself through these scenarios, put yourself through these hypothetical scenarios to see how you're going to react, how much your portfolio could potentially go down to, and then just prepare yourself for that bumpy ride, and just realize that Tesla is a fantastic company, and over the long run, it is going to continue to keep on rising. This is just short-term fluctuation in the price because of macro events. So that's the Tesla 1-year chart. So let's have a closer view in the Tesla 6-month chart. So as you can see, again, I've got the ascending triangle. It didn't play out. If there was some good news in the market, or if Tesla had some good news, it would have broken out of this triangle, but unfortunately that didn't happen. But what's happened is it's broken down and it's presented us with more opportunities to buy. So it's gone down to the 860 level. As I said previously, the next level is going to be around 824, which is the MA200 level, which is going to bounce back off of. And if there is so much bad news in the market, it's probably going to go down to 775, then 750, and then 700 again. But again, all these levels are great opportunities to get in. Even if you get in at 824 and it goes down, get in at 775, and then if it goes down again, get in at 750, and then get in at 700. You won't get the exact bottom of the market unless you're really lucky, but getting in at these strategic prices will help you to keep your cost basis as low as possible. So that's the Tesla 6-month chart. So let's have a look at the RSI analysis for Tesla. So as you can see, I had a green trend line drawn and that didn't play out. So again, it's dipped down. It's gone down to 38.94. The bears are in control at the moment. I'm not sure how low this will go. It probably may return to 30 depending on how the market reacts to new news about inflation or CPI or rate hikes or anything like that. If it continues to go down, don't be afraid, because long-term investors have a long horizon. These things will fix themselves eventually. Inflation will come, inflation will go. There's always going to be something else that the market overreacts to. And if you can make yourself immune to that overreaction and then, be strategic instead of emotional, you will be able to buy fantastic companies at really low prices. So that's the RSI analysis on Tesla. So let's have a look at the MACD analysis on Tesla now. So as you can see, the red line and the black line are dancing around. They're whipsawing, so there's no clear direction. Because it's because the red line and the black line are in negative territory, the bears are still in control compared to the bulls. The histogram did go into the positive territory, but again, it's going down to the negative territory. So again, there may be another round where, price goes down, MACD goes down, and, there's a bearish crossover. If that happens, then the bears will be in control, and then we'll have to wait and see if there's a period of consolidation. And then what may happen is, if there's some good news for Tesla, or if there's some good news in the stock market, there's going to be a bullish crossover, and then it's going to start rising again. And previously, it has gone to above 100. If you check the left of the chart, MACD, the black level, the black line has exceeded 100. So there is so much potential there. If it goes back to those levels, you never know, it might go to $1,500, it might go to $2,000. So this is a fantastic place to buy. If you bought at every level where the black line was, in the negative territory and about to turn, these would have been great buying opportunities and get great prices to get into. So this would keep your cost basis down quite a lot. So again, I'm trying to buy at these levels, so I'm not afraid. I'm not panicking. I'm not scared of inflation. Inflation is not going to destroy the car industry. Inflation is not going to destroy the adoption of EV vehicles. Inflation is not going to destroy Tesla as a company. So, this is just overreaction from the market, overreaction from weak investors. And as long-term investors, we have to hold steady and keep on buying at these fantastic levels, because let's face it, Tesla is a fantastic company. It's going to be the leaders in electric vehicles, leaders in autonomy, leaders in artificial intelligence, leaders in robotics. So they've got so much growth ahead. So buying at these prices are fantastic prices, because this could be one of the greatest growth stories ever told. So that's the MACD analysis on Tesla. So let's have a look at the candlestick analysis now. So as you can see, the last candlestick was quite bearish. It was a long red candlestick. There was like selling, and right at the end there was a little bit of buying that took the price from 850 to 860 because it hit the support line. So again, this is where long-term investors are buying to try and see if to try and lower their cost basis. So again, if it goes down to 824, more of these long-term buyers will come in and buy at these levels. So they're being very strategic and picking their points, and they're doing the right thing, because they know that Tesla is a great company, and this is just short-term fluctuation. As I keep on saying, inflation will come, inflation will go. Inflation, it may be a bit persistent, it may be transitory, but eventually it will be under control. Even if rates are higher, companies like Tesla will be unaffected, because they have a lot of cash available and they have low debt, which we will be discussing later. So that's the candlestick analysis on Tesla. So the next thing I wanted to discuss was, does inflation affect Tesla? So let's just think about this for a moment and see how inflation, how this situation will actually affect Tesla. So Tesla has $17.9 billion in cash. So they have this available in cash at the moment. It's just waiting there. It's in their bank account. They can access it whenever they like. So it's 17.9 billion in cash. So Tesla has about 8.87 billion in debt. So again, this is debt that they have to pay, but normally commercial debt, this is going to be like on fixed terms. So, it's not like if there's a rate hike, their costs are going to go through the roof. These will be, fixed rates. And, even if inflation does rise and then interest rates do rise, I don't think the fixed costs for Tesla will rise. So this will stay as a constant. So the next thing is, Tesla can easily pay off its debts, and any rate hikes won't affect Tesla, as interest on these rates are fixed. So that's why I said previously, so these debts are fixed, so it won't really affect them that much. Whereas other legacy automakers will be affected, as they have significantly more debt compared to Tesla, and they borrow more frequently. So any more debt that these legacy automakers take on, they will have to pay a higher rate if the interest rate goes up. So this is going to affect them. This is going to affect their bottom line. This is going to affect their profits. So they're in a much weaker position compared to Tesla. So Tesla is in a superior position compared to legacy automakers. So, with the CPI, with the inflation fears, with the rate hike fears, they're going to be in even better position. So Tesla demand. So the next point is, Tesla demand will be strong as the world is transitioning to EV, and Tesla are in the lead. So, we all know that the adoption of EV is going to happen. Inflation is not going to slow that down. It might slow it down a tiny little bit, but overall, this transition is happening. Like the Industrial Revolution, the electrical revolution is happening, and it's gone too much ahead for anything to slow it now. So it's going to keep on going. Inflation won't stop it. Recession won't stop it that much. It may slow it down a little bit, but it will keep on going. So there's going to be a lot of demand. There's a lot of pent-up demand already. I don't think demand will fall for electric vehicles. Demand could fall for other things, but I think there is a lot of demand for these kind of vehicles. So, I don't think demand will be affected by inflation rising or interest rates increasing. Okay, so the next thing is, the real effect on inflation on Tesla as a business will be very minimum compared to other legacy automakers. So I don't think that inflation will affect Tesla. I think the market is overreacting. I think, traders are overreacting. They're like selling their position, trying to see where the price goes to, and then they may buy it back at a lower price, which is absolutely fine. But I think the effect on Tesla as a business, fundamentally as a company, I don't think it will change a lot. So as a long-term investor, even though your portfolio is not looking as good as it did a couple of months ago, there's nothing to worry about, because it's in your portfolio. You haven't sold anything yet. Just because you're seeing the price has gone down, the value has gone down, doesn't mean that this loss has been realized. If your intention is to keep it over the long run, then this should not concern you at all. This, in fact, should be a golden opportunity for you to keep your cost basis low and try and lower it as much as possible. So I don't think inflation will affect Tesla that much. So the next question is, does inflation actually benefit Tesla? So this is the question you have got to ask yourself. Will inflation benefit Tesla? Will rate hikes actually benefit Tesla? So I think the stock market is late to realize this, but I think inflation may benefit Tesla and Tesla shareholders. Any rate hikes will affect legacy automakers more compared to Tesla, as Tesla have less debt and legacy automakers have to borrow more money to try and go through this transition from legacy to electric vehicles. So fear of rate hikes will allow long-term investors to keep their cost bases low this year. So if there is a lot of fear this year surrounding inflation, if there's a lot of fear surrounding rate hikes, this is going to keep the market depressed. It's going to keep Tesla prices low. It's going to keep the stock market low. And this is a fantastic opportunity for me, because I believe in this company and I'm going to continue to buy no matter what. So I'd rather be buying at these low depressed levels rather than buying at 1,000, 2,000, maybe even 2,500. You never know if it goes to those levels. So this is a great opportunity for me. It's like a window for long-term investors to try and get their money into this great company and then enjoy the exponential growth in the future. So the next thing is, Tesla have 2 factories coming online, Berlin and Texas. This is going to be very soon. There are delays, but it is going to happen one day. From economies of scale, Tesla could potentially reduce the price of a vehicle to stimulate any loss in demand, which is very unlikely. So I don't think, inflation, fears of inflation, increase in interest rates will affect the demand for Tesla. It's very, very unlikely. But if it does, Tesla can easily reduce their price to stimulate demand again, and then increase the number of cars this is a very, very unlikely scenario, but I'm just putting it out there because there's a lot of arguments out there that because of inflation people are not going to be buying vehicles. So there is so much demand for this vehicle, there is so much potential for this vehicle, and there's 2 factories coming online, so potentially they could lower their price through economies of scale to try and stimulate demand again, but it's very unlikely that is the case. So I think you have to think of it differently. I think, inflation, rate hikes may be a blessing in disguise for Tesla, because it's going to be very, very hard for the legacy automakers compared to Tesla, and they're going to find it much more difficult. This is going to give Tesla a better, bigger advantage, and they'll be racing ahead compared to the legacy automakers, their competitors, and they're going to just be going faster and faster, and it's going to be harder for the legacy automakers to catch up. So I think, inflation is going to be it's going to be a blessing in disguise. And with inflation, energy prices will go up, the price of oil will go up. There's uncertainty with war in Ukraine, that's going to put prices up for fuel. So again, every time the price of oil goes up, there's going to be more demand for electric vehicles, more demand for electric storage, so they can mitigate this risk. So I think inflation is kind of a blessing in disguise for Tesla. So as a long-term investor, I'm not concerned about any inflation. I'm not concerned about any rate hikes. I'm just going to continue what I've been doing over the last 19 months. I'm going to continue to dollar cost average into shares, and then I'm going to continue to buy the dip, and I'm going to try and buy as much as possible now. So that's what I think at the moment. So what are the key points to remember? So Tesla has found support at the 850 level. Inflation fear has returned to the market. because of macro fears, Tesla price could fall as low as $700. This is like the worst case scenario. If it falls to 700, it's going to be a dream come true for me, because I'll be able to lower my cost basis. My cost basis at the moment is around $814, so I'm very near that price now. But if it falls to 700, I'll be able to lower that cost basis even more, which means I'll be able to, get this company at a low price with less money, and then achieve the same as what I would have done with more money if the price had went up. So, be mentally prepared. So if your portfolio goes down, if you're seeing a lot of losses, don't be concerned. Think of the long term. Know that this is a fantastic company, and know that fundamentally nothing has changed for Tesla apart from the price. So don't make a paper loss a real loss. Be mentally prepared, be mentally strong, and just hold the course. Be patient, persevere, and you will be rewarded over the long term. So the next key point to remember is Tesla price indicators. MACD has had a bullish crossover, but it's now whipsawing. So there could be a bearish crossover, which means, price could be in consolidation. If there is a bearish crossover, then price could continue to go down. And as I said, the worst case scenario is it could go down to 700. But again, just mentally prepare yourself for that. The RSI has gone down as well. So the bears are firmly in control at the moment, so they could push the price down even more. So be prepared, know what you're going to do at each support level. So every time it reaches these levels, you're going to know how much to buy or what to do and not to panic. So the final key point to remember, as I keep on saying, is know your support prices and where to buy. Know what you're going to do at each level. If price goes down to 700, what are you going to do? Mentally prepare yourself for this. Once you're mentally prepared, you will be able to handle this situation without making compulsive decisions and just selling, which is the worst thing you can do. So your aim should be to lower your cost basis. So remember these points. So again, what are my buying levels? So I've got my buying levels written up here. So my first buying level was 900, that's been broken. Then it was 850, and now it's 824, which is the MA 200 level, and then it's 725. So if it reaches this level and I have cash available, I will buy at these levels. So what is my plan now? I'm going to continue to dollar cost average into Tesla shares and buy at regular intervals no matter what. I'm going to keep buying at the support levels, and I'm going to try and buy as much as possible under $1,000 and near the MA 200. I'm not going to sell my position, because for me this is a forever stock, and over the long term there is so much upside. So that's my plan for now. So for anyone interested, I'm in the UK and I'm a long-term investor, and I invest all my money through a tax-free ISA account. I use an app called Free Trade. This is a brilliant app and you need to check this out. It has a very simple interface and a cheap monthly cost of £3 per month. You can buy and sell shares commission free, and there's immediate deposits from your bank account. There's a huge variety of stocks and shares to choose from, both in the UK and the US. And what I've done is I've left a referral link below. So if you sign up, you can get a free share worth up to £200. I will also get a free share too. So it's a win-win situation. So take advantage of your ISA allowance. So finally, I hope you enjoyed this video, and join me on my journey. Join me to see if I can build my position to 300 shares in Tesla. Join me to see if I can keep this position alive for at least 1,000 days. And join me on my journey to see if I can make $1 million in 1,000 days. So I've passed the 50-day mark, which is great. I'm 5% done. I've got another 95% to go. So I'm hoping that I will reach my price target of 3,400 in 1,000 days. Hopefully my analysis is correct. My thesis is correct. And, hopefully I'm going to get there. And finally, I appreciate any likes, and I'll read all your comments. I appreciate your subscription. I hope to bring you value, and I wish you all the best on your investment journey. And until the next update, have a great day, and I wish you all the best.